Hey everyone, my name's Pupsker, and with the end of 2020, I thought, hey, let's go over my top 3 Warframes for 2020. I would have done top 5, but honestly, I have a pretty small Warframe pool, and I really don't use a ton of Warframes at the moment. Hoping to change that in 2021, but hey, for now, it's top 3 Warframes for 2020. First one we got is Wukong / Wukong Prime. I love Wukong for so many reasons. First off, Celestial Twin is just so fun, having a secondary U that just kills everything for you. Just, easy mode. Cloudwalker is just, it's great, okay? It's just speed boost. You can be really lazy about it and just go in whichever direction you want. It's just a convenient way to move, okay? Defy is just good in general and grants a ton of armor, so yeah, it's just good. All in all, 10 out of 10 would recommend. Defy is also, yeah, it's a useful buff, right? And the duration's really long on it, so can't complain about that. Finally, the Primal Fury Exalted Weapon. That's also a really good one. It's not stupidly overpowered in my opinion, but it's still pretty fun. I think the main damage on it's impact damage, and that kind of sucks, but yeah, it's not perfect, not the worst, still fun. So I love Wukong so freaking much. These are my current mods on him. It's by no means a perfect build, okay? It's just what I've thrown together and what I've been playing for the longest time. I'll probably start getting into more meta builds. I'm assuming 2021, 2022, but for now, hey, look at this shit. Level 1 Arcane Energize, level 2, or I guess 0, level 1 Arcane Fury. Steel Charge because Wukong loves melee because of his, Primal Fury. As you can see, I have no range because the only thing range really affects is Defy, and I just don't care. Oh, I guess Cloudwalker's stun radius too, but I mainly use Cloudwalker for the movement, so yeah. Strength just so that my clone gets more damage, helps my staff too, but it's mainly for the clone myself. Efficiency so I can fly with the cloud everywhere. Duration so my clone, my staff, and my armor buffs last as long as possible. Fleeting expertise naturally for that, because, efficiency's nice. Max efficiency, can't complain. Carnus Carapace, I just threw this on for armor and health because I don't need a ridiculously tanky Wukong, and this is good enough for me. Plus, killing an enemy with a heavy attacks grants 10% evasion and immunity to status effects for 2 seconds. Wow. Just, wow, so good. Streamline because efficiency is good, duration because duration is good, flow because it makes life just a little easier. As you can see, I have to max out half of my stuff here anyways. And then Augur Message because just more duration's nice, and spending energy converted to shields thought it'd be convenient when you start using Defy, just so that you could instantly pop open your shield and then re-shield gate yourself. So it's a pretty convenient thing to throw this on, in my opinion, but by no means is this a super meta build, so hey, it works. Intensify for strength because, yeah, might as well. And narrow-minded duration minus range because duration's great, range is worthless. At least to me. I love using Wukong so much, mainly for the clone. It's just fun always having a secondary U that just auto-kills everything around you, and you don't even have to pay any attention. I very much like it, and Wukong is just such a useful frame in so many places. He's hard to kill, he does a lot of damage, okay, what more can you ask for? Well, I guess he doesn't buff his teams, and he only really makes himself tanky and do damage, but hey, I'm okay with that, right? I'm a selfish player, I don't care. My Wukong monkey go burr, okay? I kill everything, so I really do love playing as Wukong Prime lately, and Wukong earlier, but RIP, he went to the Helminth, because what else are you gonna do, right? So, I plan to play Wukong a lot more going forward, and I'm hoping to max out some mods, but goddamn do I have a lot of things to do in Warframe, so maximizing my efficiency with builds isn't a top priority yet. So that's my third, I guess, favorite Warframe. Second off, we'll go to Volt. I know, I have such a basic-ass Warframe pool that people probably just taunt me, because there's a ton of fun Warframes, but these are just the main ones I've had for 2020. Let's quickly look at the abilities. Shock, you know, you do damage, you're a Sith Lord. Speed, you go fast as fuck boy, and this one is why I love Volt. Electric Shield, it's a shield that does electric damage if you shoot through it, strong as hell. And then Discharge is AoE electric damage. Useless with my build, but I still use it because it's fun. The way I build Volt is generally I use my config A. So this one is my selfish build. This one is strength so that I can go fast as hell and do so much damage. No range because I don't want to buff my team with speed. High efficiency, just so I can, you know, some efficiency I guess I should say, just so I can cast stuff a little bit more. And high duration, purely so that this lasts as long as possible. So this build, I'm not going to go over each individual mod. All in all, it's not too bad. This is my selfish Volt. It's just for me. So it's a good build. It does a ton of damage, but as you can see, no tankiness on Volt other than my primed vigor. So I have no armor, but other than that, you're okay. I love Augur Message purely for the energy spent on abilities is converted to shields because of, again, popping that shield lock. But yeah, Prime Vigor is the only defensive stat I have. Armor, I don't care enough to get it because you don't really need it. You can just throw on the shield if you're getting hit, or you can paralyze enemies, or you can just run the hell away, but it really depends on how you want to play. My regular config A is how I like to regularly play Volt, just with a decent enough team build. It's not a perfect build, this one's just kind of whatever. It's just a little bit of everything. Usually I don't need much efficiency, so I just keep it like this. It's just so I have enough range to hit my teammates and hit them with the speed buff. But if not, hey, I have config B, which is I will speed buff everyone in my entire area with all of the range. So hey, it really depends what type of Volt I feel like playing, but usually I'm throwing on my config C, and config A is my tankier, more safe Volt, and is just better for the team overall, so it's always up to you. I just like playing Volt for the speed, okay? I love melee. Volt does really well speeding up my melee, so all in all, 10 out of 10 would recommend. I know there's other Warframes that speed up melee, okay? Don't worry. But Volt is just so good. The combination of his shield that does increase damage and his speed is so fun for me. I remember in Steel Path, the meta, at least that I would follow, is I would stack Volt shields to destroy the Chondrix, and stacking Volt shields stacks electric damage, and it just does so much damage. So I personally love playing Volt. I love speeding through the levels, and I just love the general utility and badassery that comes with playing Volt. So 10 out of 10 would recommend. Yeah, I'm gonna go play Volt. Love you. Nah, Volt's great though. I really love playing him. And last but not least, if anyone joins my streamer, probably be aware of what this last Warframe will be, and that is Excalibur Umbra, or just Excalibur, whichever one, right? Abilities are pretty fun. Slash Dash for me is a meme movement speed ability. Radiant Howl is just, I mean, yeah, it sheds resistances. This one's whatever. It's great at killing sentience, but it blinds, and that's the fun part about it. Radial Javelin is just a fun attack to just AoE stab everyone. I love it, but it's not the most useful. Okay, it's just pretty funny. And lastly, the bread and butter and the entire reason I love Excalibur is Exalted Blade. This is essentially the entire reason that Excalibur is just the best in my eyes. He's not objectively the best Warframe, but oh my god, do I love Energy Sword Ninja. The way I built him is pretty simple. I don't know if this is pretty standard or not, but hey, Arcane Fury, Cunning Drift just cuz, Steel Charge because I'm all about that melee. You have to have Chromatic Blade, okay? Exalted Blade Augment. Exalted Blade's damage type changes depending on Excalibur's emissive color, and status chance is increased by 300%. So you need this, okay? I build Excal for max efficiency and decent duration because your drain per second on Exalted Blade is so tiny. So that's why you're building him that way. Other than that, I do throw strength on him so that the damage on it will be a bit higher, and range so that whenever I throw out the energy blades from this, it'll go a little farther, and because blind radius is useful. If you slide attack, it kind of shoots out a mini radial howl that blinds for 5.7 or 5 meters, right? Whereas radial howl by default is 25, so it's kind of a nerfed version of that, but it's still very good. So yeah, that's like the entire reason you build him. He is the umbral frame, so naturally I'll throw on all of the umbral mods. I still need to max out all of the mods. He would be so much stronger if I could just max these out already, but that costs just oh so much. So life's a mess, okay everyone? God, don't attack me, please. This is my general build, yeah. All I want in life is to be an Excal ninja that just runs around with an energy sword, slashing at everyone and destroying everything. Ever since I got Chromatic Blade, I've just been having so much fun with him, to be honest. If we actually go look at the Exalted Umbra Blade, because you need to look at the damage. I have it, so I think it's doing heat damage right now. Yeah, look at that. And that's because the Chromatic Blade, I made the energy red, so red is heat, naturally. But it's not perfect. I do need to forma this. By no means is this a perfect build. Remember, you can't really properly build combo on this because the edge, the like wind blade doesn't build your combo, only full upfront melee does. So I believe you want to throw on a stat stick if possible. But for now, I'll probably throw out Volcanic Edge for something else, but I haven't messed with this build in quite some time. It's just crit and damage, okay? Crit, damage, and condition overload for more status. Yeah, it's just all of the damage, right? Because the crit chance, once everything's maxed out, is pretty okay. It's nothing too good, right? 56.3% with Sacrificial Steel maxed out, and that's 275% crit chance, so yeah, that's nothing amazing. Plus Sacrificial Pressure, that's just good in general. Organ Shatter as usual, so the damage, if you look at it, it's still good. Obviously, Exalted Blade has its own stance, but it's just nothing stupidly OP. The heavy attack does a lot of damage, and the damage overall is just good, so I love using Excalibur Umbra just for his Exalted Blade. Like, it's just fun running around, slashing everything, and just destroying it all. So that's my 3 strongest favorite Warframes for at least 2020 and so far in the game. So hopefully you guys like the video. If not, I'm so sorry, but I just felt like with the end of 2020 I should make some videos going over my favorite stuff in the game, because I've been making Warframe content now for about a year, you know, somewhat straight, you know, full year. Haven't been going hard on it until this past couple of months, but still. Thank you all for watching. If you like the video, like the video. If you dislike the video, dislike the video. Check out some of my other stuff, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.